And the first time I heard it, I literally couldn't even listen through the first verse. I was like, no, definitely not. It's too heavy. And so I didn't listen to it again for weeks and weeks. Just passed over and started focusing started honing in on the ones that we really wanted. Our goal was to get 2 EPs, which was 14 songs. So several weeks went by, and it was time for us to submit the 14 songs that we had chosen so that the studio could get ready, so that everybody could be prepared for when we got to Nashville. And I was laying in bed one morning, and I was feeling uneasy about 2 of the songs that we had chosen. They weren't really resonating with me. And I didn't really like them. So I don't know if you guys ever have this experience, but the still small voice of the Lord came to me and said, "What about Saving Grace?" And I was like, ugh. So I picked my phone up and I played Saving Grace while I was laying there in the stillness of the morning. And there was a feeling that came from the deepest part of my being that just cried out and went, yes, this is it. And I was like, okay. So needless to say, we changed one of the songs to Saving Grace. We got Saving Grace through Reba's publishing company, and I want to thank her because she was savvy enough, first of all, to start a publishing company, but just to have all of these brilliant writers writing these magical songs. And I'm lucky enough to be one of the people to record them. So Saving Grace is the story of a woman who walks into an intervention that her family has prepared for her. She's become addicted to pills, and she has a choice to make. She has a choice to make to live or to die. And the song goes through the whole process of how that works and what happens, and ultimately she chooses life. One of my hesitations with singing such a deep song is that, my life has been, and my whole family's life has been affected by addiction, the disease of addiction. So many of my loved ones, people that I had been in relationships with, it's such a deep subject, and nobody wants to really talk about it. So it turned into something very special. A message that's very special, and hopefully it's going to be able to touch a lot of people and encourage a lot of people to just take it one day at a time, keep making the next right choice, and keep putting one foot in front of the other. Saving Grace. In the weeks leading up to coming to Nashville, I continued to just play the song over and over again. And really get into it. And for me, I continue to listen and meditate on these songs until they actually become a part of me. And it really just feels like an extension of myself. Fast forward to us being in the studio in Nashville. we were tracking the music with the musicians, and Clay, who is our publicist, manager, all around person that's helping us. When we got done with the first take of the run through of the song, he's like, "That sounds like a hit." And I think we were all surprised, because it was like the runt of the litter. It was an unlikely choice. As we got deeper and deeper into it, you track the musicians the first day, and then, well, for us, we track the musicians the first day, and then I come back and do the vocals on it. But I'm there with the musicians doing the click vocal, or the follow along vocal, so they could get the feel for the song. But the second day I came back, it was just me, Nick, Ace, I call him Nick, there in the studio, and of course my husband. And I went into the vocal booth, and he played the music, and I started singing. And honestly, the spirit in that place was so heavy. I put my vocals down, and I opened the door, and Nick looks at me. He goes, "You just got that on one take," and I'm crying. He goes, "This has never happened to me before." I consider that the biggest compliment I could ever get. Now, needless to say, I did it again 3 times just to make sure we got it. One of the things I love is singing and having that performance affect somebody to the point of tears. And everyone from my husband to Clay to Ace, everybody has said what a special song this is. And they all start crying. They have all admitted to me that, and literally my husband can't listen to this song these days without just starting to choke up. And we've had this song now about 3 months. We've been living with it, and it's still just, it just goes straight to the depths of your spirit, the depths of your soul. I think the cherry on top for Saving Grace was when we said, it's still missing, it could probably use some strings. Our friend Gordon Mote, who plays on all of these songs, took it into his studio and did such a fantastic job with the strings. It really added a whole another depth to the song. So hopefully you enjoy Saving Grace as much as we do. After we had done the tracking for it, I was just driving around Nashville, crying in my car, listening to this song, because it's so special. It's such a special song. And the musicians really brought out the magic of the message. And they made me a better singer, because they were bringing me up. It's like when you're playing tennis with somebody, you become a better player because they're challenging you more, and that's what happened on this vocal performance of Saving Grace. Ultimately, this song is about hope. It's kind of, the name Saving Grace is a double entendre. We all have saving grace, but the actual song is about a lady named Grace, and there's saving grace. I hope that this song reaches people that might be in a really dark place with their addiction or dealing with a loved one's addiction, and just to keep going and know that there's hope, to know that there is choices that somebody could make to start taking them out of that pit that they might be in, and that ultimately it's that person's choice. But hopefully this song is going to encourage people to start taking steps to a healthy life, a whole life, a healed life. It's never too late. It's never too late. So If you are in that pit and you are looking for some help, I have included some links at the bottom of this video. You can click on them and hopefully find the help that you need.
Tonight, this